Telecameras 3 and 4 working. Activate radio contact with the outside.
Love, wisdom, abundant life. Live a life filled with meaning, purpose, and a sense of accomplishment.
Can you hear me?
Welcome to the Teachings of Enoch. I'm your host, James Allen. You can contact me, 702-483-7769. That's 702-483-7769. Or online at teachingsofenoch.com. Let's get started with today's message. My guest on the show today is Caryn Rivadeneira. She is author of Broke, What Financial Desperation Revealed About God's Abundance. It's published by InterVarsity Press. There was something that had tone of the journey of life that you've been on for the last few years. Tell us what happened. This was something that had taken place, Caryn, right after you were married.
My honeymoon, actually, we flew down to Florida. We checked into this lovely hotel, and the bellhop or whatever, who helped us up to our room, standing in the elevator, he was making small talk with us, and he asked my husband what he did for a living, and my husband told him what he did, which at the time was he had a company that did money management. And the bellhop said, yeah, I used to work on Wall Street. And as he opened the door to our room, and it was this lovely room with a lovely view, he said, I lost all that, but I gained something better.
Caryn, as you were going through these struggles, the financial struggles, the questioning of God, the inner turmoil of just trying to make sense of what was going on, what were some of the things that started to give you peace and contentment along the way?
I think it was the random experiences with God. As I said before, when I sort of changed the way I looked at it and changed my prayers a little bit, there started being so many moments where when I stopped focusing entirely on the money and why isn't God providing the money, that I was able to see so many of the other ways that God was providing and the things he was doing for my family. A great example was my kids had been at the local Christian school before we kind of had these major financial difficulties. And obviously it gets to the point where, if you don't have any money, you don't have any money to pay tuition. And so we switched our kids to public school. And I was very nervous about this switch, not because of a problem with public schools, but just feeling bad for my kids of having to change schools and leave friends and all that sort of stuff. And it was and has been one of the most amazing experiences for my entire family of just the different ways that God has been present in that. The little, one of my friends calls them God nods, but those little God nods along the way where God, is kind of poking us and reminding us, I'm here, I'm with you. Even that my son's first teacher at the new school was an elder in his local church. And just little things like that, just to these reminders and the fact that, so many of our neighbors were right in that same school and the friendships that have developed. And again, that kind of richness that has come out of this, of just realizing that, yes, sometimes we lose something. You lost the Christian school, but you gained something that's better for your family. I'm not saying, I'm not making a grand statement about schools, but for us, it was something better. And I think that really kind of turns things around. When you start opening your eyes to seeing what God is doing and how he is working in your life.
My guest today on the show is Caryn Rivadeneira, and she is the author of a book called Broke, What Financial Desperation Revealed About God's Abundance. I'm James Allen. You're listening to the Teachings of Enoch. We'll be back after this. And welcome back to the program. I'm James Allen, and this is the Teachings of Enoch. My guest is Caryn Rivadeneira, and she's the author of a book called Broke, What Financial Desperation Revealed About God's Abundance, and it is published by IVP, InterVarsity Press. A lot of times when we're going through these difficult situations in life, we tend to, I tend to kind of shut down and not want to talk to people. And you just kind of wonder all the time, and a lot of times I want to kind of go back because, like you said, sometimes when other people are going through, you might be a little judgmental. Wow, if they would have made that investment better, and sometimes those words come back to haunt you, and you think, oh boy, if I say this is going on in my life, I don't want people to think, well, maybe I made stupid decisions. How important were friends and just talking through some of these difficulties? How important was that to you and your family?
It became increasingly important, though at first it was very difficult. I mean, in the early, even first couple of years of this, we really didn't talk about it with anybody because we kept thinking it was just short-term problems. Things were okay. We knew that the salaries were going down, and we knew that, we had this debt from the hospital or whatever, but it would be okay. We kept telling ourselves, and it's not going to be that big of a deal. It'll all just be fine. And it wasn't really until the point where we just realized we were broke. We were out of money, no savings, nothing. We were done. That we were in a point where we really, had to tell people about it. We had to tell our families. We had to share with some friends because we needed help. We needed spiritual, emotional, financial, all that kind of help. And the thing about it is, at first, it's just so mortifying. It's really, really hard, to have those initial conversations, especially with people who have no idea. But once you start talking about it, that amazing thing happens where, something that you're so ashamed of, it only has power over you when it's a secret. But as soon as you share it, it's like it zaps shame of all of its power. So actually, the more we were able to talk about it, the less ashamed we were, the more free we felt, the more okay we felt about it, because it really is okay. People have struggles. It's not something to be ashamed of. That said, I still find it much easier to write about it than to speak about it in person. Because, when you write, it's like, people will read it, but they won't be right in front of me. But it's gotten easier. Now I talk about it all the time.
My guest today on the show is Caryn Rivadeneira, and she is the author of a book called Broke, What Financial Desperation Revealed About God's Abundance. I'm James Allen. You're listening to the Teachings of Enoch. We'll be back after this. again, welcome back to the program. I'm James Allen, and this is the Teachings of Enoch. My guest is Caryn Rivadeneira, and she's the author of a book called Broke, What Financial Desperation Revealed About God's Abundance, and it is published by IVP, InterVarsity Press. People who write say that it's almost a healing process to kind of get it all out, and it makes you think and you recognize, well, man, back at this point in time, it really was bad, but I can see the growth in my personal, my spiritual life, and I can see how that really has developed my character and moved me into a different relationship with God.
Oh, absolutely. And that's part of, why I wanted to write this book, because when I started seeing those threads of how God was working and what he was doing, I thought this is something I really need to explore more, because I think it's such a common experience, whether someone is broke from financial, difficulties, or whether it's a difficult circumstance. There's lots of things that can make us go, quote unquote, broke, that can kind of break us down to our core and, leave our faith sort of reeling and leave us in a panicky situation. But once we can kind of get in a place where we say, okay, let's just see where God is, that's pretty exciting. And definitely for me, that's what writing about this specifically has done.
My guest on the show today has been Caryn Rivadeneira. She is author of a book called Broke, What Financial Desperation Revealed About God's Abundance. And Caryn is a writer, speaker. She's also a regular contributor at Her.Meneutics blog, part of Christianity Today magazine. And Caryn, it's been a pleasure having you on the show today.
It's been great talking to you. Thank you so much for having me on.
Again, her recent work is author of Broke, What Financial Desperation Revealed About God's Abundance.
going on? What are they stopping for?
Love, wisdom, abundant life. That's my hope for you. You've been listening to the Teachings of Enoch. I'm James Allen, your host. You can contact me 702-483-7769. That's 702-483-7769. Or online at teachingsofenoch.com.